I have here some tiny shards of sodium acetate crystal. And there's this great scene in Superman Returns, the 2006 movie, where Lex Luthor is pondering a crystal. And he says, it's like a seed, you just have to add water. And, you know, the way that that movie depicts crystal behavior is actually not that unlike reality under some conditions. So here I have prepared a supersaturated solution. So this is a pan full of water, and in that water are ions of sodium and acetate, so positive sodium ions and negative acetate ions. And I made all this sodium acetate by reacting vinegar and baking soda, leaving it a little bit on the acidic side and then boiling it down. And I heated it up, and now I've let it cool, and it wants to crystallize, but sodium acetate is really bad at nucleating, so it doesn't generally fall together to start forming crystals. But all you have to do to get it to begin making crystals is to take the tiniest sliver of sodium acetate crystal and introduce it into the solution. Like so. And you can see it branching off. First the initial crystal started to lengthen, and then it's branched off into new ones, and now there's a spreading bloom of crystallization. It's actually only running along the bottom of the pan because the saturated solution, being heavier, sunk to the bottom. It's spreading around the pan. I'll zoom out and get the whole pan. And this will just keep doing this. I mean, it'll keep going until it crystallizes the entire pan, or entire ocean, if you had an entire ocean of sodium acetate. Here, I'll try to zoom in on the advancing wave here. There you can see all those little needles. So here's the point where it began, and here's where it's advancing. Now, unlike in that movie, these needles of crystals, they don't apply any pressure to obstacles that they come up against, because they're just turning the solution into this material. The material's not actually pushing outwards, so as soon as it meets the walls of the container, it stops. So now it's all crystallized, and feeling it with my hand, the pan is actually a little bit warmer than it was, because this crystallization is exothermic. So it actually, the sodium and acetate ions linking together actually release a lot of energy. So you can actually get rechargeable heat pads that work on this stuff, and you can recharge them just by putting it in boiling water and then letting it cool again.